Jackson County Today. Hot topics, relevant stories, and new developments that affect our community. How does the budget for Jackson County get decided each year? Each county department develops its own recommended budget. In public meetings held in late March, department heads meet with the administrator, commissioners, and budget committee members to discuss their proposed calendar year budgets. Then, in mid-April, departments present their recommended budgets to the Budget Committee at public hearings held in the Jackson County Courthouse Auditorium. The 2024-25 public hearings provided detailed insight into and understanding of the services being provided to the citizens of Jackson County.
For the fair, we're projecting a $1.2 million income revenue, and with a $539,000 net to our operating budget. In the overall expo revenue, we're looking at $2.9 million coming in. A lot of that is coming from rentals. We are booked 3 and 4 or 5 events every weekend for the next year at least. We're projected over the next 12 months to exceed our rental projections that we have in this budget. We have cut a couple of non-performing events. We had a couple of events that, we tried for several years. They just didn't make money. So we just eliminated them. We can't afford to do them. So let's just eliminate them and stick with our core. In December, we implemented 2 software programs to help manage the expo. It's taken everything from being binders of paper to all online. So it's saving us a ton of time and a ton of expense just because it's all saved in the program. And then the expo by program, the sponsored events there's the rodeo, the holiday market are the 2 big things in there. And the facility rentals are the day-to-day rentals. And we're doing our best to keep our overhead down, keep our administrative costs down as we move to all the online stuff. And then we have the multi-use building coming. We are looking forward to the Pandemic Response Center and what that means for the expo. We're going to figure out how to make it make money, and we're going to move forward.
Well, I think it's pretty clear from your presentation and from the conversations we had back in March that you guys are making a concerted effort to reverse the negative fund balance. You certainly are making headway. As I recall from the March meeting, you've already reduced that negative fund balance by a considerable amount. Is that
half? Yeah.
By half? Yeah, that's great. So anyway, I applaud the good effort and congratulations on your promotion.
Thank you.
Health and Human Services, this is our proposal for our fiscal year 24-25 budget. These are our 2 pie charts. Some of those have changed a little bit in number, but not by much. And really, primarily, the places that it has changed is around some of the dollars that we have received from federal and state dollars. They continue to roll forward as they try to fix various holes. Here are our highlights and challenges. So in 23-24, the adopted FTE was 228.70. And then this year, we are requesting 235.35. Those are positions within developmental disabilities. So the highlights really are the continued growth in the number of individuals served through developmental disabilities over the past 5 years, which is why there's been such an influx of workers that have been added to the developmental disabilities budget. We've been able to expand to a mobile crisis response for mental health with coverage from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. that is actually in-person, mobile, with people responding to folks 7 days a week. As you know, some of our challenges really are around the animal shelter, ongoing resource needs, and a need for a new facility. And then our continued workforce shortages in the healthcare-related fields. So those continue to be some of our larger gaps, although we have been starting to get some good applicants lately.
So we're going to just jump right in and talk about the finances revenue, which is expected to maintain relatively consistent with prior years with just a slight decline. Part of our purchasing card program, the county receives an annual rebate from Bank of America for a percentage of our spend, and we use that rebate to offset accounting chargebacks based on a percentage of each department use of our overall spend. We've really emphasized the growth of this program, and not only to utilize the benefits of the rebate, but also it's a GFOA best practice to use a purchasing card program to eliminate the low dollar, high frequency checks Since we began in 2007, we've collected approximately $1.4 million from the rebate on our purchasing card program, which is really impressive. We are the recipient of the GFOA Triple Crown Award. What that means is we've received rewards for our Distinguished Budget Presentation, our Certificate of Achievement for Financial Reporting, and the Popular Annual Financial Report. And it's not something that a lot of organizations are able to claim that they have achieved. We're only 1 in 2 Oregon counties that have achieved this.
For Treasury, we have our number one objective is safety of the capital in our investments. Our total portfolio right now is sitting in just over $403 million, which is the largest it's been in the 15 years I've been here. We focus on safety, so you'll see diversification of the portfolio. Second, an objective of Treasury is liquidity. We always have to have money to pay the bills. Third objective is yield. For the first time, the LGIP did barely beat the county pool this last year. They're trending just a little bit higher. And so we're hitting a yield just above 5% on our portfolio.
Safe community, ongoing developments in public safety, law enforcement, and community justice. The safety of today and tomorrow's youth is always a top priority in Jackson County. The Medford School District has made significant strides to prepare against possible active shooters in our area. In this meeting, we heard from Executive Director of Facilities Ron Havenier and Medford Police Department Chief Justin Ivins, informing us on the efforts they've made to prevent school shooting disasters.
This topic today is truly a difficult one, unfortunately. I think society has kind of become numb and routine to active shooters and school violence. And so I think this presentation on this exercise that the school district, along with tons of community partners this last June put on, is just a good reminder.
This is what we refer to as 22 June. As you can see, it was a very large exercise. What I'm most proud about this is this was not the capstone event in the end. This was truly the beginning of a community-wide effort to expand safety and security across our city and our county. This is really what we were trying to get at. We had specific objectives for each of the phases of the exercise, but big picture-wise, what we were trying to get at is to develop a sense of urgency around safety and security in the community. This is what the composition of the exercise looked like. It basically was a partnership between Medford Police as primary planners. There was a whole bunch of other people involved in this, but Medford Police, Medford Fire, and Medford Schools. The first phase of that exercise was the active shooter scenarios, and then that led to some situations where we had a vehicle that had breached a gate and caught the building on fire. So there was some fire play. We had some people evacuate to a roof, etc. And then we had the casualty triage and transport, and then do a full-blown reunification. I just want to talk about that morning. You know, this morning was what we call 22 June. It was a beautiful morning. It was sunny out. It was the perfect morning. And then it was shattered. That stillness was shattered by this image. Underneath this is the 4 individuals that entered that school. And instead of that day living in a day of infamy for our community, this was a training event. And this was a day that we learned a whole bunch of lessons. We came together as a community, and this work is still happening as we speak. What we did is we did not reenact a school shooting. We set up a bunch of scenes for first responders to come onto. So even these shooters coming onto campus, that was really just us providing a stimulus via the video cameras for the command posts and for people to respond to. We had a bunch of traffic congestion and parents showing up, causing some problems, just like we do on a normal situation. So they were dealing with that on the outside. We started to have SWAT teams show up normally, you know, they might not show up for 40, 45 minutes. They showed up as an accelerated timeline, but they showed up a little bit later in those waves. SWAT teams are moving up toward the buildings. We had multiple on site that day. Again, the car was on fire, caught the building on fire. Fire was dealing with the rooftop issue, trying to get security to get in and put that fire out, etc. This is Sal Garcia, and we see these a lot on situations where first responders show up and somebody doesn't necessarily take charge outside. So Sal was read onto this scenario a little bit. And he really emphasized setting those conditions outside the building, from the outer cordon in, cross communication with different agencies, communications. Saul was a very busy individual that day, and he did a tremendous job. This is one of the takeaways that I talked to a lot of schools about, and that is if you have cameras, you have the ability to do a look back. And so while you have real-time stuff going on most of your screens, you can pull up that one screen, have it look back, and that's what allowed the school to be able to identify those shooters, that there were multiple. So they were able to call back and say, hey, there's 4 people on site, and then law enforcement was able to adjust accordingly. These are all principals and school district leaders, so we put them in place in the classrooms to act as teachers, and then they would evacuate all the way to the reunification site, and then they got in the other side of the reunification line and became parents and worked through both sides. So all of Medford school district leaders got to see both sides of the classroom to the parent reunification and got the full experience. We had a lot of trauma counselors, chaplains, etc. Just getting these people involved, familiarizing them with what's going on and how to be part of it, and us knowing their capabilities was a true advantage of it. So I get asked a lot, what do you want to happen with this, Ron? Like, why are you doing all this? Everything was fine before we started this. So I don't want anything to happen with this. This is what we want. We want this to remain our main thing. And we want a fortress of support around that to step in and intervene when necessary, so that we don't ever have what you guys saw at the beginning of that brief. I'm proud to live in Southern Oregon. I hate that we have the safety and security issues that we do. And I talk a lot about the community level challenges that require community level solutions. And so everybody in this room, plus 100 others out there, we have enough division in this world. If we can come together to solve things like this and prevent this from ever happening, and keep students in class learning so that they can go out and be successful contributing individuals in our society, then that's what we're trying to accomplish.
Awards and recognition, acknowledging elected officials, Jackson County employees, and community members who model exemplary service and dedication. Jackson County is growing faster than ever. With that, it's vital to have committed professionals on board to sustain that growth. Charles Bennett of the Development Services Department is all that and more. Consistently dedicated to offering the highest level of professionalism, attention to detail, and innovative thinking, has significantly enhanced the efficiency and effectiveness of the department's operations. Going above and beyond for the county for over 2 decades, Charles Bennett is our May Employee of the Month.
Charles Bennett attended Southern Oregon State University, and upon graduating had the opportunity to intern in the Development Services Department. He then began his career with Jackson County in 2004 as an extra help planning technician. Later that year, he was hired as a full-time employee as a Planner 1. In 2007, Charles transitioned to Planner 2, and in 2016, he moved into his current position as a Planner 3. Charles has been an invaluable member of this team and consistently demonstrates a strong commitment to professionalism and dedication to his work. His contributions have significantly enhanced the efficiency and effectiveness of the department's operations. Charles possesses an exceptional work ethic, consistently goes above and beyond to ensure the success of his projects. His attention to detail, analytical skills, and innovative thinking have helped him navigate complex planning issues and find creative solutions to challenges, and I will definitely second that. In addition, Charles is respected by his colleagues for his collaborative approach and willingness to assist others with a calm demeanor. He promotes a supportive and inclusive work environment, contributing to a strong sense of teamwork within the department. Charles has enhanced the department by working with related planning committees such as the Rogue Valley Metropolitan Planning Organization, the 2024 Farm and Forest Conservation Program Improvements Rulemaking Advisory Committee, and the Jackson County Active Transportation Advisory Committee, which we made that one longer too, so it fit with those other ones, which hosts the Jackson County Ride with the Leaders event. Charles, on behalf of the Jackson County Board of Commissioners, congratulations on being selected as the May Employee of the Month, and thank you for your outstanding dedication to the citizens of Jackson County.
Well, Charles, I too want to say thank you for all you do for Jackson County, and to be Employee of the Month in our county is a big deal. There's a lot of employees, and especially your department, it's quite a standout. So congratulations and thank you, and I think it can be attested by all your colleagues here in the room today, and I think your families here as well. So congratulations and thank you for your work, and I think Development Services is probably one of the biggest departments our board interacts with regularly, and all the committees that we've given nice longer names to as well. So you work long, and it doesn't end at 5, does it? Those committees go on. And Ride with Leaders is coming out right up in May, so that's a big deal too. So anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you. And I want to just say also thank you, because I don't know if you remember this, but as a brand new commissioner, you headed up the first advisory committee meeting I ever went to, which of course was all brand new to me. I didn't know what to expect and everything like that. And it was the bicycle committee on Zoom of all things. And I remember thinking, you know, this guy really has got his ducks lined up here. This guy's really keeping this thing moving along. That's not an easy committee to keep moving along. And you did a great job. And then I've watched you over the last several years do exactly the same thing for obviously more important things. But congratulations and thank you for all you're doing. With that, we'll let your boss say a few words.
Yeah. As you heard, Charles does really intense work. He works on the long-range planning. He works with the Board of Commissioners, with the Jackson County Planning Commission. He is the guy that gets to take first look at things like legislative changes and what our land development ordinance looks like now and how it should change, and go to conversations with county council. It's really a pretty intensive job that he has, and he does it well. So I'd like to tell you some things that you may or may not know about Charles. Yeah. He's all of us that know him. He's on what was the bike committee and active transportation committee now. He also likes to ride adventure bikes, so he does the off-road and on-road biking. He loves to play with chainsaws. He has his property is probably the best fuel reduction, wildfire fuel reduction property in the entire county.
You don't do those at the same time, though, do you?
No. There's not a brush that is going to stand a chance on Charles' property. And the other thing is he gets together with his friends and they do what's called a Bro Olympics, BRO. And they take some of the most intensive sports that you have in the Olympics, like shuffleboard and playing pool. And they compete against each other. So just so you all know that one of our own in our department is a Brolympian.
Congratulations, Charles.
Thank you. All right. Well, thank you. I want to say I'm proud to work for Jackson County. This has been my career, 20 years, and it's a great place. I appreciate the amazing department, Development Services that we have. We have a great team, and we do care about what comes out of our office and what we do. And I just want to say thank you for that, and appreciate this home that I away from home. So thank you.
Charles, before we present this to you, I just want to read this. May 2024 Employee of the Month presented to Charles Bennett with our gratitude for your outstanding performance and dedicated service to Jackson County, and signed by the 3 commissioners. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
In an industry where it's vital for everyone to be at their best, it's essential to have employees like Deputy Damian Buckman, who are committed to leading and mentoring other deputies in Jackson County. Since 1999, Damian has consistently offered his absolute best to the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, which is why we're honoring him for 25 years of service.
Deputy Damian Buckman began his career at the Jackson County Sheriff's Office on April 15th, 1999. Over the last 25 years, Deputy Buckman has played several roles within the Sheriff's Office. In December 2004, he realized how much he enjoyed his career and wanted to pass his knowledge and excitement to others, and has been a mentor to many new deputies in the Corrections Division. He was then selected to be a field training officer and has been assisting with the program ever since. Deputy Buckman is always looking out for his team and their safety. In 2004, he was selected to be an officer in charge of the shift when there was not a sergeant available. On April 13, 2020, Deputy Buckman was selected to become a corporal for the Corrections Division. He again realized what a great opportunity it was to lead his team and to help them thrive in their careers. Deputy Buckman held the corporal position until July 5th, 2021, when he transitioned roles and became a jail transport deputy, a role he currently fills today. Deputy Buckman is very passionate about his position and has created many positive relationships throughout the state of Oregon and other bordering states. For the past 25 years as a corrections deputy, he has assisted in many assignments outside of his regular duties. These assignments include patrolling the Jackson County Fair, Halloween patrol in Ashland. Sound like fun. I want to go on a ride along on those.
Yeah, until I start spitting.
Yeah, well, okay. Maybe it's not as fun as it seems. Security for a presidential visit in Jacksonville, and marijuana eradication. Boy, you have all the great assignments in California and Oregon. Additionally, Deputy Buckman has been a medic first aid instructor for over 20 years, working with both the corrections and patrol divisions. Over the past several years, he's created multiple emergency medical scenarios for the deputies, creating a thriving learning environment for them all. Deputy Buckman has also worked for years with the Boy Scouts. He loves the outdoors and being a mentor to young men. When he's not at work, Deputy Buckman can be found spending time with his boys, who are his world. It is very important to him to be there for his boys, and I know we can definitely relate to that. With whatever they need. Deputy Buckman, on behalf of the Jackson County Board of Commissioners, congratulations on 25 years of continuous service to Jackson County. You have been a devoted, hardworking employee who consistently offers us your best. Thank you for your dedication to the citizens of Jackson County.
Yeah, I really someday would like to do a ride along with you. That would be great. But you know what? This says a lot. Looking at everything you've done. You know, you've been that utility infielder that's been doing a lot, and we've been able to be moved around. And I know that's really important for the sheriff's department because things change, and you know, marijuana all of a sudden pops up, and you got to be involved in that. And I know there's issues at the jail and everything, so it's really good to have you be that kind of an employee and a deputy that can do all those things, and that's really important. So, congratulations.
So that write-up was pretty awesome, and I didn't do it, but it kind of nailed it. So first of all, the sheriff apologized for not being able to be here today. He's not feeling well, so he had to stay home. But 25 years of service in law enforcement is becoming a more and more uncommon thing, and I think especially for those folks who spend that career in the jail working with that population, that's difficult to handle sometimes. But Damian, and I think the write-up did a good job, but he's been a leader with our sheriff's office since the day he got there. While only at times was that in a formal role, I think the informal leadership, and that really comes, you know, he's a legacy law enforcement guy. He's got a family history of people being in law enforcement, and that just really has set this moral and character direction. We always know you're going to make solid decisions for us. I think he's trained at one point or another just about everybody that works for the sheriff's office now. And so can't thank you enough for the impact you've made with our agency, and glad we got a little bit more time with you. And just, again, thanks for everything you've done for us.
Thank you. Yeah, you get to say a few words.
So when I started, you can see the old grumpy guy there, and you'd wonder why they're grumpy. I kind of understand that now. But right now in the jail, the average experience level in the jail is about 3 years. So to be able to help those guys and be there and help them learn some of the skills that they need has been nice. I like doing that. So I appreciate all the people I've been able to work with. In the jail, you don't always see, like, people don't always come back and say, hey, thanks for saying something to me, or versus, you know, other professions where you can get that gratification of saying, you know, hey, I helped that person, or they've made a difference because of something I did. So it's nice to be recognized and to see the changes that you can help people make. So I appreciate the time I've had at the sheriff's department and people that have supported me and all my supervisors and the help that they give. I really appreciate that.
Let me read this before I give you this. I do want to read this. Jackson County, Oregon, Damian Buckman, for 25 years of dedicated service to the citizens of Jackson County. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Commissioners, on behalf of the residents of Jackson County, hereby expresses appreciation for the faithful and efficient services rendered to the people of this county. It's signed by the sheriff, the county administrator, and all three commissioners. So congratulations.
Food pantries have never been in more demand, requiring willing volunteers to step up to the plate. At Access Incorporated, Ms. Edith Abercrombie has done just that, offering her free time to volunteer at all 12 mobile food pantries, and even a few standard pantries has gone a long way, providing a friendly and familiar face to those in Jackson County, along with her efficient, reliable, and friendly attitude, has earned Ms. Edith Abercrombie the April Jackson County Community Service Award.
Jackson County Board of Commissioners is pleased to present the April 2024 Community Service Award to Ms. Edith Abercrombie. It's hard for me to say for some reason. For her service to the community through Access Incorporated. Ms. Abercrombie was nominated by Dana Daniels, Food Programs and Partnerships Manager, Access Incorporated, who coordinates all volunteer efforts. Ms. Abercrombie has been a volunteer at Access Incorporated since 2022 and continues to dedicate her free time to volunteering at its food pantries. Currently, she volunteers at all 12 of the mobile food pantries, as well as a few of the standard pantries. Ms. Abercrombie travels weekly through the community, assisting mobile pantry employees with setup and breakdown, checking in participants, and distributing food, while providing a friendly, familiar face and excellent customer service. The mobile food pantries are a much-needed resource for the community, allowing participants to collect food when needed. Access Incorporated depends heavily on its volunteers to keep the food pantries operating, and with dedicated volunteers such as Ms. Abercrombie, they are able to distribute thousands of pounds of food each year to the community. Ms. Abercrombie was recognized in May 2023 as an Access Incorporated Volunteer of the Month. This recognition was well-deserved, and Ms. Abercrombie is efficient, friendly, and reliable. She always projects a warm, cheerful attitude while interacting with participants, other volunteers, and Access Incorporated employees. She's able to resolve conflicts and handle other difficult situations with remarkable patience and admirable tact. Ms. Abercrombie goes out of her way to tend to Access Incorporated participants and is always trying to lift the spirits of those around her. She is well respected and an invaluable member or volunteer who continues to positively impact organizations as well as the community. Board of Commissioners, it's grateful to Ms. Daniels for bringing Ms. Abercrombie to our attention, and we are pleased to recognize her for her contribution to Jackson County. We believe Ms. Abercrombie's efforts distinguish her as a citizen worthy of this April 2024 Community Service Award. Congratulations.
And I just want to say that we all know how important Access is to our community and what a wonderful job it does. And then when you put on top of that everything that you're doing and how much it matters to our community. So really, thank you. It's really nice to see someone like you step forward and do that. That's just wonderful. Thanks.
Well, I can tell you, don't do it for the highlighted lime life here. But thank you for coming and letting us highlight your service. And I think when you see what's happening in our food pantries, it's even a greater demand today than ever. And so your service is so valuable, and not just the service, but how you do it. And I just appreciate your, as with the accolades were read, your friendly, cheerful manner, which we see even here today. So thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you. I would like to read the plaque to you. It says, Community Service Award, April 2024. On behalf of the people of Jackson County, the Jackson County Board of Commissioners hereby expresses profound admiration and gratitude to Edith Abercrombie for exceptional and dedicated service to the Jackson County community. The board recognizes the services as exemplary of a generous civic attitude that is essential to the high quality of life in Jackson County. And it's signed by the three commissioners. Congratulations.
I want to thank everybody that's here for showing up, especially my family. and the people from Access. And his extended family.
Well,
Thank
Thank you for joining us for this close-up look at the stories that matter most to you. We hope you feel a little more connected to the people and places that make Jackson County such a special place to live.